morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Roger Sierra. Sorry about that. I've had this fucking chest cold and it's killing me. Bad allergy and stuff.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yes, it does. But we're gonna jump right into a Reddit story. This one is another "Am I the a-hole?" But
I read a few of those today.
instead of like the normal one where we get the little just sub part, there's a couple updates on this, so we get to hear more and more.
All right,
So
go ahead.
let me read the first part of the story. So this happened. It was posted in 2023, and it said happened today. So whatever day it was in 2023, they posted the exact day. It said, my folks decided to host a barbecue because I guess that's what older people do. I declined because I really don't like my two sisters, their husbands, or their kids. Wife and I are child free. Mom then pressured the wife. Long story short, we went. By the time we arrived, there were about 20 people there. That's a horrible barbecue. That's too many people.
Yep.
That's too many people. My sisters and her husband were already solidly buzzed. That's not a word. Their type is bad, but solidly buzzed. Drunk, really. My mom was spending 100% of her time trying to keep the nieces and nephews, ages 7 to 11, more or less under control. My dad had strategically retreated to the whirlpool part of the pool with a small cooler full of beers in front of him.
I'm joining that guy. I'm joining that guy.
Wife and I made small talk with miscellaneous people, ate food, and had a frozen margarita. Not bad. So sisters and brothers-in-laws took turns criticizing us for being late, not being in our swimsuits, and screwing up the vibe. Typical suburban summer get-together. Not everybody wants to swim. I mean,
right.
People just chill.
Yeah.
So about 45 minutes in, two of the kids ran at one of the neighbor's guests who was standing next to the pool and pushed her in. She was at the pool steps, stumbled in but didn't fall, so only got half wet. She was clearly very unhappy about it, but she didn't make a scene. Just went over to where the parents were, grabbed her towels, dried herself off, and left. Sisters and brother-in-law thought it was all great fun.
Watch your damn kids. Shit. Go ahead, Ratchet. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No good. A bit later, I was standing a few feet away from the pool, chatting away with someone. I saw three of the kids running full tilt at me from the corner of my eye. Obviously, I was next.
Please tell me you stepped to the side. Please tell me you stepped to the side.
Not that it's terribly difficult to outwit young kids, but I just jumped out of the way at the last second. All three of them ran straight into the pool at full speed. Most of the other guests, including my wife and I, started laughing, but their moms, who, as I mentioned, were pretty shit-faced, absolutely freaked out. Apparently, two of the kids couldn't swim even though they were in swimsuits. Since I wasn't in swim gear, I stepped back from the pool and let other people fish the kids out. The kids were bawling their heads off like they'd lost a limb. At this point, all hell broke loose. The four drunk parents were yelling at everyone in general, and me in particular, for nearly letting their kids drown. And also because two of the kids had been videoing the trick using their parents' iPhones, which were now at the bottom of the pool. So one of my brother-in-laws got into the pool trying to retrieve the phones, but his BMI and BAC made that impossible. Damn, saying he's fat because BMI, God, not that body mass index.
His blood alcohol content.
Blood alcohol fatness. Dang.
He was basically a drunken buoy at this point.
Yep. No one else volunteered to help. Unsurprising, given that my sisters were still bitching at everyone. I told my sisters with their jobs to watch their kids, and that if anything had happened to them, it would have been their responsibility, not mine. Yeah. There were some pretty strong words on both sides. Wife and I left after other brother-in-law fell over and face planted while yelling at us. Boy, now they're saying I should have. Now they're saying I should have let their little shit knock me into the pool and have fun and ruin my phone. So, am I the asshole? Side note: Dad, of course, never got out of the whirlpool. That's the champion right there. He's like,
Yes.
that ain't my
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
Uh,
He's sitting back like, I created all this shit. I'm just having fun enjoying it.
so to answer the question, no, I don't think he's the asshole at
No,
all.
no,
All right,
he's not.
so let me real quick condense it down for everybody who's listening and all the extra stuff. Original poster and his wife go to a pool party their parents pretty much guilted them to going that they want to go to begin with. They really don't like hanging out with their families, and I can see why. The sisters and brother-in-laws are all douchebags. The sisters and brother-in-law use this opportunity to get shit-faced and have their mom be the caretaker of a bunch of kids, 7 to 11-year-old. We all know from personal experience, multiple kids poolside is a shit show with one person watching.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
have multiple eyes on multiple children. So to literally leave it up to one person and then let your kids be scummy the whole time and ruin other people's fun, that's a negative also. That's when you sit them down, you tell them, hey, you lost your pool opportunity. But no, they kids decide to attack the original poster, and he comes out with a flash step and just sidesteps these kids out the way and matadors them into the pool. Great fun, you know. Hey, you thought you were going to get me? I got you back. Whatever. Now, the parents of these kids are butthurt because apparently their kids can't swim at a pool, even though they're in swim clothes. And also, they lost their phones because they thought it'd be funny to let their kids hold their phones while pushing people in the pool. So, brothers-in-laws and sisters over here yapping at everybody, getting everybody being mad. Apparently, one of the washes of the brother-in-laws tried to get in the pool and couldn't even go down to even get the phone at the pool. So original poster and his wife left because if I don't get to knock you out, I'm leaving the situation. It's whatever. I didn't want to be there. I don't have to be there. And you wrote a story as dad who sat at one side of the pool with his cooler drinking beers, not lifting a finger.
I would be the dad in that situation.
It's some world star hip hop bullshit. That's what this is. It sounds just like it.
So yeah, to answer the original question, no, I don't think the original poster is an asshole at all. In regards, I believe his family are the assholes.
Yeah. Well, his sisters, brother-in-law, and kids.
Mm-hmm.
And if the sisters and brother-in-laws are that crappy, of course your kids are that crappy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a bunch of douchebags raising a bunch of what did Chip used to call them? Frankenfucks. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what he used to call them.
That's you know, I live by this rule that some people should not procreate.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like these are some of those people that should not procreate.
Yes.
All right. So
update 1.
Yes.
Update 1. All right. So update 1. So first of all, the title, I didn't even mention the title. I just went straight into it. But the title was, "Am I the a-hole for jumping out of the way when my niece and nephew try to push me in the pool, resulting in them falling in?" Innocent story. Obviously, hey, it could go both ways when you hear that title before you hear the story. So update number 1. So first off, my folks tell me that my nieces and nephews are all good swimmers and that they use the pool all the time. The 7-year-old is still a beginner, but he loves the water. My sister just said they couldn't swim, so I look bad. To be fair, none of the kids are allowed in the deep end, which is where they fell in. It was 2 10-year-olds and a 9-year-old who tried to push me in the pool. It's a little bit bigger kids.
Yeah.
That's fine. After we left, the party ended on a sour note. My drunk brother-in-law, who face planted while yelling at me, had to go to an urgent care place and get his face stitched up. He was too toasted to drive, so Dad took him. Dad was not very happy about this. I bet he wasn't.
I mean, what? He got to give up his beer in his cozy spot in the whirlpool.
Exactly. All right.
Yo, drunk ass at the hospital because you wanted to be a dumbass.
Late that evening, my sister started a group text and said some really nasty crap.
I bet you did.
The husband threw in a few comments as well. Wife and I blocked the 4 of them. My mom called me. She was pretty upset about what they said. She and Dad were in chat, and I don't blame her. Here we go. Because of the text, my folks insisted my sisters and brother-in-laws come over the next day. without their kids to get some things straight and lay down some ground rules. Ugh. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nasty fucker that spits in the bottle.
Chip does it every week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but mine's snot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yes, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit different. Okay.
All
Better
right.
out than in.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right, there we go. Big loogie. All right, the results was a contrite, if unenthusiastic apology from my siblings via my mom's phone. Um, I'm glad my wife was with me when they called. Her hard stares kept me from saying what I wanted to. I just told him thanks and that we felt no need to discuss it further. Since I thought things were settled, I unblocked them. But that evening, I got a text from one of my brother-in-laws telling me the phones cost X amount and asking when I paid them for it.
No.
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
Hell
yeah,
no!
yeah. Um, let's see. I never replied. Oh no,
Nope.
I replied never. Took a screenshot of his text and forwarded it to my folks with a note that we were done with this nonsense. We're going no contact with sisters/spouses and not to invite us to any more holidays or get together if they're present. Then I blocked his sisters and their spouses again. At the point the shit really hit the fan, Dad called them and ripped them a new one, of course.
As he should.
Yes, among other things, he told them the grandkids were not welcome at his place indefinitely. Damn.
Oh shit!
The grandkids?
Wow.
You done fucked up the grandkids spending time with they because you wanted to be. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Since my mom regularly provided free babysitting, that got them pretty rattled. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also banned them from using the vacation house and told them my wife and I actually own it, not he and mom. What? This completely freaked them out. Both of my sisters and families used the place a lot, including having their friends up for weekend getaways.
Oh my god.
This was very much out of character for my folks. They clearly had it, and for reference, I never wanted my sisters to know we owned the place. So they really did own the vacation
Yeah,
house.
they did.
Wow.
Holy shit.
We bought it for my folks. They'd always wanted a place in the mountains. Keeping the ownership quiet was just a way to avoid drama with our siblings. And that's nice, at least for them.
Yeah.
Let me scroll down. A couple days later, my sisters and their husbands came to our place unannounced to apologize in person. We were out to dinner and they left a note. One sister also called me at work too. I sent her the voicemail. We've decided being no contact is the best thing for the indefinite future and haven't interacted with them for the last 3+ weeks. Now, personally, I'm done. They can go pound sand. Wow.
Holy shit. Pound sand.
So what do you guys think about update 1 now?
So I still don't think that original poster is the asshole. Some people are gonna think that because he took a screenshot and sent it to mommy and daddy. He's being a bitch, but what he really is doing is he's covering his ass.
CYA.
Sisters, brother-in-laws are still being douches, continuously, like, just like, are you gonna pay for our phones? No. You shouldn't have let your kids play with them next to the pool.
Yeah,
that's on you. So after update 1, original poster, still not the asshole in my opinion.
No, I would say no. I would say no as well. In fact, here's the thing: like, if you're, first of all, if you can go back to the original post for a second, yes, if you're at a pool at a pool party and stuff, and you're a kid, like, why would you want to be on a phone? And I get it. It's 2024. Everybody wants to be on a phone and stuff, but like, damn, enjoy your time with your family. You know what I mean? But then again, if your parents are drunk, it's kind of hard to enjoy because, like, oh, dad's drunk again. Let me go, I guess, do something to entertain myself.
But see, that's when you get to actually go in the pool and dick around more. You can wrestle in the pool now.
That is no, That is true. That is true. That is good point. That is very true.
That's when I want to be in the pool more. Like, oh, nobody's going to tell me to stop. Oh, we body slamming everybody now. Power bombs and everything.
That's weird because I mean, hell, I was wrestling in the pool anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
love being in the pool.
yeah, I did a damn Spanish fly to Chip into the pool one time. You remember that, Chip?
That's the safest way to do it.
But damn near killed me.
What?
He damn near killed me.
Wait, no, because I got full rotation off on it.
Yeah, but your dumbass forgot that I can't swim.
Oh yeah.
The pool was like 5 feet deep. It wasn't even that deep. You're taller than 5 feet. I mean, shit.
Maybe.
I think he was just upset because when we hit it, we landed flat, and he landed flat on his back. I landed more on my side, I guess. Maybe that's why he got upset, because he had to back flop it pretty much.
I mean, that's the way we can land in a freaking pool. So I mean,
no, you can go in feet first, head first.
No, when you get Spanish flied.
Well, that's true.
Unless you both land on your feet, and then one of you's gonna break an ankle.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll offspread each other. All right. Update.
Second update, which is crazy.
How many updates are there? If you don't mind me asking.
I believe this is the last update.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
I got feeling this is
gonna
be
so this is a week after the last update, so a whole week's gone by.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Well, it's been an interesting last few days. I thought the shit had hit the fan before, but it was more of a fart compared to what happened this week. How could it get worse?
I don't know, but I'm ready for it. Go ahead.
All right. For this to make sense, I need to provide some financial context. My folks had never been any good at saving money. I've been doing their taxes for years, so I know pretty much everything about them money-wise.
Okay.
Their house is paid for, and they have minimal debt, but they didn't save much for retirement. Both of them get Social Security, Dad gets a solid pension, and they have a bit of savings, but there's no treasure chest in the basement. I bought their current car for them after they retired. After they retired, a retirement present, so they could have something nice to drive. It was the first car in probably 20 years they didn't lease. My sisters are convinced the folks are dripping with money. Bro, don't try to sound like the youngsters. Just stop. My sisters are convinced the folks are dripping with money and that our parents will be leaving the two of them everything since I don't need more money. So they've never cared about savings either. Oof.
I got a feeling I know where this is going, but keep going.
So word of advice for everybody out there: save money. Get a savings.
Yes.
Get a savings. Here's 2 tips for somebody that works at a bank. Open a savings account and forget about it. Just don't worry about it. Have money automatically withdraw every paycheck. You never think about it. Or second one, go to your main bank, take money out, go to a second bank, and don't get a card, don't get online banking, go get nothing for that second account. That way you don't ever have to worry about it. You don't know what your bank account number is or anything, so you can't take money out. You don't have a debit card, you can't take money out. There you go.
Yep.
Then how do you eventually get the money?
You have to go to the bank. So the thing is, you stop yourself from spending money because you physically have to go to that bank.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to consciously think about going there and getting that money, and you're like, oh, I have to go dip into my secret stash. Oof, I shouldn't do that. It's the point of like the hesitation and going to do it.
Third bit of advice from somebody who does not work at a bank. But if your company offers price matching on a 401k,
do it.
Do it.
Yes, please. And do it the high percentage. Yeah, it may suck at the beginning. You'll learn to adjust, but do it.
Yes.
Also, open up a health savings account because that'll pay your medical bills when you least expect something to happen.
Yep. I got one of those. I got a 401k. All that.
Yep. I even get stock options now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been at my job 20 years, so I get that now too.
I think they say after the first year, you're allowed to do stock options, and you get a good percentage to start out with. So I'm okay with that.
Look at these high rollers over here.
Nope, financial. Definitely not that, but
definitely not a high roller.
Compared to me, you guys are high rollers. All right.
Just trying to make sure my kids are financially stable after a while.
Yep.
All right, so we continue on. Turns out my older sister and her husband, they have 3 kids, have been living beyond their means for some time and are in financial straits. They've maxed out their credit cards and are behind on their car leases to the point that one is about to get repossessed. What? He bragged in the past about making X amount per year, but it turns out to be about half that. She confessed all this to mom on Tuesday because they need a loan. They need a loan, and because, and this was a what the fuck moment for mom and dad, that for the last 3 years, instead of staying at the vacation house regularly, she's actually been renting it out once a month or so and pocketing the cash. What? You've been Airbnb your what you thought was your parents' vacation house to collect
Okay.
money.
Question. Is this embezzlement?
It's not embezzlement, but it's fraud. Or
Okay.
it's technically it's technically running a business without a license and also fraud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about 2,000 plus for a weekend and at least 4,000 for a week. And you're still in financial issues?
How?
Because they're getting that money and then running and spending it.
That's what I was, if you're getting 4K, if you get 4K
That's
for
not how it works.
pay your credit card off immediately.
Yeah. Give everybody a chance to kind of decompress from that, or
oh my gosh,
let their brains open back up for a minute. Because like, what? You're making that money, and the first thing, I mean, I know people like that though.
I do too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
With her being cut off from using the place, she had to cancel one group already. She's now worried they'll lose everything. My folks aren't in a position to give them a loan. Shit happens. All right. My other sister was aware of her renting out the place, but of course hadn't ever said anything. I suspect she's done the same thing as well because I went up there once to drop off an ATV I'd had worked on, and there was a family who claimed to be staying there with my sister / her family, and that they'd gone to town for something. At the time, I let it go. I figured she loaned out the house to some friends, but I've always wondered. I would too. This is a terrible family.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. So I found out all this through my folks who were pretty stressed about everything. Mom more than dad, because dad don't care. Dad's mainly just pissed off about it all. Yeah. I know dad feels betrayed, and I imagine he's embarrassed that he's in no position to help his daughter out. He did reiterate that as long as it's up to him, the girls won't be using a vacation home anytime soon. My folks let me know what's going on because they figured my sisters would pull a full court press on me next. And they were right. On Thursday, my sisters came to our place again, without husbands this time, and waited outside the door until I got home. They were stalking you?
Yep. That's what it sounds like.
I had to choose between fighting with them in public, them making a scene about and without them, or letting them in, so I let them in.
You never let them in. You're adding to the problem when you do that. Go ahead.
So I got a BS story from the older sister with the younger one backing her up regarding why I needed to let them use Mountain Place again immediately. They also said I've been a shitty brother, and I need to step up and plan on paying for the kids' college tuition since that's what family does. Suck a dick.
Damn.
You're not gonna tell me I'm paying for your kids' college tuition. You pay for your kids' college tuition. Hey, tell little Jimmy he better get good at football, basketball, or be smart.
Clearly, they ain't none of them.
Hey, tell him to be a swimmer, then.
The fucking level of entitlement that these people have is it's making my every single cellular molecule in my brain right now is overreacting at this moment because of the stupidity and the audacity of these people. What the hell did I just listen to?
See, I found a good story with updates. This is great. I knew a story that had more than one update had to be super juicy. All right. I almost lost my place.
It's still not. That's not it yet. Holy shit! Keep going. Keep going.
I let them pitch their story, then called them out based on what my folks had told me. Things went to shit from there. There was denial, crying, cursing, yelling, you name it. I swear my ears are still ringing 2 days later. Won't lie, I had some really mean and shitty things to. Oh, I said some really mean and shitty things to them, but nothing that wasn't true. They finally left after about an hour. Oof. Oh,
Ooh, oh my
I bet
god!
that hour felt like days.
In
Yes.
eternity. Holy
Um,
shit!
After that, I took a shower and lay down. When I got up, my wife was home, and her first words were that she had to block more phone numbers because my sisters were blowing up her phones from new ones. So, folks messaged me yesterday asking me to call. I'm sure my sisters have told them some BS version of what happened, but I'm not up to rehash it yet. Sorry. I'm usually a pretty energetic person, but this drama has me beaten down. I've I had just enough energy today to drive up to the vacation house and padlock the entrance gate shut. I'm the one with the key. I'm guessing that will be enough to ensure my siblings leave the place alone. They'd probably be dying to walk 400 yards uphill to get to the house. Oh, and that's it. So real quick. So this all started because the original poster and his wife went to a barbecue they didn't want to go to begin with. They were dressed in casual clothes instead of swimming clothes. And then his sisters and their husbands got shit faced and they let their kids be little heathens. Well, these little heathens messed around. They fucked around and found out. They did the
Mm-hmm.
equation, and the equation didn't go in their way. They ended up trying to mess with the wrong one. They got sidestepped, fell in the pool with phones. All hell breaks loose. So after kids fall in pools, drunk sisters and brothers-in-laws start trying yelling and arguing with everybody, trying to recover phones. They can't. One falls, hits his face. The one that hits his face had to go get stitches and had to get the dad, who was not happy about that, and had him go get stitches.
The other brother-in-law's in the pool doing the flop dollar, trying to get his phone out of the pool.
So things weren't smooth, but they it could have ended there. But
Yeah.
the entitled brothers and sisters demanded or asked how much or asked original poster when he was going to pay for their new phones.
Not never.
So at this point, the original poster is like, "Oh hell no, let me send this to mom and dad." And at this point, dad's just fed up. Tells everybody no more grandkids allowed,
Oh yeah.
and
Ooh.
nobody can use the vacation house. Then we find out that the sisters have been renting out the vacation house for extra money because they are sucky with money. Also, that mom babysits for free, so now they have to pay for childcare. And then from there, it gets even worse because the sisters are now pretty much just bombarding the parents, trying to get them to change their mind, thinking that the vacation house, is still under the parents' house. Little do they know is actually under original posters and wife's name. And then they finally decide, hey, let's go to our brother, try to convince him by pretty much telling him he's shitty, and he also has to pay our kids college tuition. So end all be all, original poster and wife are nowhere near the asshole. Nowhere near.
No,
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 not at all.
not in the same universe.
Um, Unfortunately, we've gone through a couple stories where we find out how shitty the family is, while the original poster has to suffer through stuff like this. But I'm glad this one did not back down. Instead of backing down, he doubled up and went and locked away the vacation house and was the
Man.
only key. Now, what I need him to do is go install some cameras and also set up a security alarm.
Yep.
Yep.
So, guys, did the original poster do anything wrong in this situation?
None.
Nothing.
Nothing.
In my opinion, now I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that are going to say that he was wrong for sidestepping the kids. He should have just pushed them away. There's going to be somebody that says, "Oh, well, guess he sidestepped the kids. He should pay for half of the phone or whatnot. There's going to be somebody that says, oh, he should have screenshotted the text messages where the brother-in-law asked him to pay for the phones and send them to his mama and daddy. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to look and dissect everything and be like, oh, he was the asshole here, he was the asshole there, he was the asshole here. But in the overall arc of this whole story, his sisters and brothers-in-law are uber massive Broly sized assholes.
Yes.
I couldn't have said it any better than Chip. I agree 100%. Dude is not the asshole. His wife's not an asshole. In fact, I would venture to guess to say that the entitlement and the audacity of his sisters and brothers-in-law are just, I can't even put into words how egregious this is, or how stupid it is. Like, oh, you're gonna pay for this phone? Hey, can you also pay for my college, my kid's college? No,
that's the one that, like, the audacity of that.
Yeah, like, motherfucker better work on that jump shot. He ain't have nothing to do with me.
You better learn how to swim real quick.
Yeah, you better be a swimmer, bro. Michael Phelps, that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
oh,
bro, I'm so that got me. Like, really, the audacity. You're gonna pay for my kid's tuition.
I ain't paying shit.
I guess you better get a second and third job.
Yeah. Wait, how old is this kid? How's the kid?
The original poster?
No. The kid who,
the two kids. They said that the three kids that try to push them in. 2 of them were 10. One was 8 or 9, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In a couple of years, it could be a bag boy at a grocery store. You better save your money. Don't buy the brand new iPhone that you'll probably end up using and dropping in the pool. But yeah.
So overall, final judgment, not the asshole. Way better man than me, because I would have. They would have been fighting. The husband, after the brother-in-law sent me, you gonna pay for this phone? Yeah, come over real quick. I got the money for you right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, he better hope he was hungry when he came over, because I'm gonna feed him knuckle sandwiches all day.
I was about to say, I got dum-dums for sure.
Exactly. Hey, bring your raincoat. I got thunder and lightning. Which one you want? You know,
y'all see the Dr. Thugonomics over there. That's not the Dr. Thugonomics song. But no, so yeah, this was a tale. This was definitely a story.
This was an epic.
Yeah, there was so much twists and turns, and the plots just kept getting better and better.
I can't wait for the live action version.
Hey, they could be. They did that show The Slab, so I mean, this could be like that.
I wonder if we could do that. Like, I wonder if we could no, this wild ass thought here, but I wonder if we could take some of these Reddit stories and then film them and make them live action, just to post this Reddit story has been brought to you by, or some shit. I don't know.
We could, but man, that's a lot of production.
That's a lot of production. Yeah. Hey, we know a guy.
Also, we can't get him near a pool because Chip can't swim. So.
we could do I don't know, we could do a 3-foot pool. Hey, Chip could be the dad in the corner drinking the beer.
Yeah, just drinking the
beer. Chip just looking at him this ain't got nothing to do with me.
You already know what I'm doing. I'm posting up in the whirlpool with the Modelo.
There you go.
With a cooler full of Modelos. All right.
I had a Modelo in a minute though.
No, that was I had a Dos Equis. It was a couple weeks ago, and I forgot how
good Dos Equis.
How good they really are. Even though I don't really drink beer like that, those Dos Equis actually hit the spot sometimes.
I can't drink Dos Equis. They make me feel funny. I'll tell you that story later. Let's
all right. So
I'll tell the story now.
So that was our Reddit story. Now let's go move on to our Talon beer story.
I couldn't handle alcohol that day. I don't know what happened.
It happens to all of us sometimes.
Yeah.
We were at a concert. We went to was it Uproar or was it Project 961?
It was the Project 961
yeah.
Cinco de Mayo
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah, a guy. It was yeah, it was Shine Down, Five Finger Death Punch, a couple of other bands that were on there. The Beat Offs. We'll discuss that later. But yeah,
Pause.
No, no, this was
that was
literally the name of a band. They were called the Beat Offs, and I've heard some terrible bands. I have never heard a band this bad to the point that you had females stripping on the stage and you still got booed off stage.
people were throwing shoes and sandals and rocks and shit. Like everybody was throwing stuff. Literally, like it was okay. So it was me, Amy, Chip, Jesse, and our buddies Daphne and Wayne. The girls went to the restroom before they came on stage. Wayne went to go get him a beer, and me and Chip are just sitting here watching this atrocity happen. And then all of a sudden, like they got booed off stage, and we were just like, "Huh?" The girls came back, like, "Hey, did that other band come on stage yet?" Yeah. What did we miss? They did a shitty version of a Led Zeppelin song, and then they got halfway through a very poorly rendered version of "Give It Away Now" by Red Hot Chili Peppers. And that's why they got thrown off stage.
I would have loved to
But
have seen that.
oh god,
It
dude,
was
you talk about cringe,
I love
dude.
cringe.
Dude, your heart would have melted so much if you would have sat there and watched this.
I would have ate it up. I would have loved it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
wasn't the.
so
Go ahead, Chip. Go ahead.
I
You
was
tell
to
the
say,
story.
so anyway, before the next band comes on, I'm like, hey, Talon, let's go get a beer. So we go over it, and all they have there is Dos Equis.
Mhm.
That's the only beer that they're serving.
Because
So
it was
good.
because it was sponsoring the concert.
Yes. So Talon was like, I don't really have the extra cash right now for a beer. They were like $5, $6, $7, something like that. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, you're at a concert, everything's way more than it should be. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll buy you one. Bro, he gets about halfway through this beer. Now, I will say that the beer, it wasn't a like 12 ouncer, it was more like a 32 ouncer.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Stone Cold in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Uh,
came in these big containers that, that I still
and
have to this day. It's still I still have it.
and he gets about halfway through this monstrosity of a beer, and he's like, he just kind of leans back and he's like, you want the rest of this? And I was like, you not gonna drink it? He was like, nah, I can't drink no more, man. I feel funny.
I did. That shit fucked me up, man, more than any alcohol I've ever drunk in my life. Dude, I've drunk like 5 Jack and Cokes, and I still didn't feel the buzz that I felt drinking that damn Dos Equis. They put something else in that shit. I think I may
Well,
have got the one with a
because,
tequila
it's
worm in it.
because
I
we
don't
were
know.
sitting outside in the heat.
Oh God,
yeah.
yeah.
But also was it the lager? Was the amber?
It was
It was a
it was
lager.
it was a lager.
That's why it's heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We were
32
also
ounces that bad boy. Oof.
well, you also got to think because Chip did say that it was hot. It was the middle of it was the obviously Cinco de Mayo, so it was May 5th, May 6th, May 7th. I can't remember what day it was. It was the Cinco de Mayo thing. Hello,
Yeah.
nurse. So it was the Cinco de Mayo thing, and it was also like what, like 97, 98 degrees that day or something like that. And we were going into the evening, and even at night it was around, it was still like 84, 85 degrees. So I'm like
You're wearing a
pouring
bunch of
fucking sweat,
hot
dude.
bodies too. Oof.
Yeah. Well, we weren't. Well, we were at the amphitheater in Alpharetta. So they have like the flat plane down there where they
Yeah.
would normally do the pit. Then they have the stadium seats, and then they
Mhm.
have the little walkway, and then they have like the little field area, that surrounds the amphitheater basically. And we were sitting there because at the time they were the cheapest seats. It wasn't until we went to Upward the next year that we actually got closer to the concerts. But yeah, we were there. And I was just like this, like Five Finger Death Punch is on there, and I'm like, I want to go mosh. And Amy's like, Talon, you're drunk. Please sit down. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? So
It's the best time to mosh.
yeah, well, oh no, no, oh man, the most fun I ever had moshing was when I went and seen Five Finger, Shadows Fall, and God Forbid at the Masquerade in Atlanta. That was a fun show. It was the same night that WWE did the Royal Rumble so it was 2010. So it was when WWE did the Royal Rumble in Atlanta the same night that I was at that concert.
Well,
So I was like,
that's the first night you also did ecstasy, wasn't it?
No, that wasn't until 2020. You know what? Never mind. Uh,
Oh, that was Molly. Sorry, back then it was Molly free.
Thizzle. How many? Thizzle. So was that like five? Yahtzee. All right, come through. All right.
But all right, that was your beard story. Why you can't drink Dos Equis like a man? But
That's
Eat
why
my
he
dick.
feels funny.
Hey, yeah. Get off my dick. All right,
but
Hey,
let's
you
go
brought
on.
it up.
Yeah, you really did. I didn't know anything about it.
yeah.
Um,
I'm always putting my foot in my mouth with this one. The Saki story, the hip hop honky, all this shit. I'm just
Hip hop honky
embarrassing myself.
you'll never live that down.
Hey, the
Never.
hip hop honky can't drink Dos Equis.
He only
give me
drinks
give,
American beer.
give me a little handy on the side.
You can only drink American beer. You
With a
got some
grace for
He can only
Budweisers.
drink. No, he can only drink PBR.
Natty daddies. Natty daddies.
Ugh. I'd rather drink piss straight from a horse than drink natty. Like, ugh, that's gross, dude.
Natty daddies, man. Natty
No,
daddies. Yeah.
no,
All
no.
right, so let's move on to our weeks real quick. I'm trying to think, what did I do this week besides being freaking sick? Before I got sick, I actually started working a little bit more. I'm down 3 pounds from last week, thankfully. Really counted my calories more than as I should have to begin with. Um, did I do anything else really? Um, no, it was my long week at work. I had to work Saturday. Really didn't do anything. I was supposed to have a D&D session, but everybody got the dates mixed up, so that didn't go through. Um, but it
That
didn't matter.
sucks.
I was sick anyway, so it didn't really matter. I was
Yeah.
kind of okay with that. Um, then obviously Sunday we had one of our spectacular interviews. Um,
It's actually out now.
yeah, it's out
Yes,
now. Amazing, great time. Loved it. I
yes.
couldn't really talk much that time. When I did start talking, I started coughing. So, um, um, no, overall, just very mundane week for me this week. Like I said, didn't really do much. Um, it's just a week. It's the end of the month. Trying to save money.
Yeah. I had pretty much a similar week. I was literally sick. I to the point where I didn't go into work in on Wednesday because I was just got up, started throwing up because I was coughing so much. You cough so much, it's just like your stomach and you just don't know what to do. So it just does something, and I probably threw up about maybe 4 times on Wednesday, and I was like, I'm just gonna lay down and rest because because I still I got to go to work. I laid down. I woke up about maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock when I woke up, and then I woke up with 101.1 fever. I was like, shit. And I'm like, so that sucks. And then I kind of got over it kind of quickly because I'm like, I got to do something. So I was taking a bunch of stuff. And then I found that then my son and my daughter both get fevers. And I'm thinking, fuck. So now our whole house is going to be sick. And then just today, my wife was telling me that she felt sick today. And I was just like, you'll have a fever in a couple of hours. Just be patient. It'll happen. But I'm weird. Like if I have a fever, like first thing I want to do, and they tell you it's bad to do it, but I I put a hoodie on, I put on a pair of sweatpants, wrap myself up, lay there and just sweat it out. But and people it's like, oh, it's bad for you to do that because it might put your body into some type of shock. And I'm like, I've been doing it my whole life. Like
Yeah.
that's how I regulate my body temperature. I sweat it out, get some saltine crackers and some ginger ale, and I'm good. You know,
Yeah,
I'll,
yeah.
but you
I
know,
don't, there's no saltine crackers or ginger ale. It's literally sweatshirt, hoodie, shorts, sweatpants over that, three comforters, and I lay into bed, sweat that shit out.
yeah.
Takes me about, usually for me, it takes me about 8 to 10 hours,
Hmm.
and I'm good.
Yeah, I literally slept almost the whole time that I was there. Like I literally just sweat out. I literally wake up and I'm just like, oh, I gotta wash this off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And my wife also buys this. It's this eucalyptus spray, and it's to open up your sinuses and stuff. You spray it in the bathroom when you take like a hot shower. And you just spray like maybe 5 to 6 sprints in the shower, and then once the heat from the steam of the shower, you know hits it, it makes the whole it opens up the nasal passages and stuff. And I'm sitting there in the in the shower just like just trying my best just to get it all out, and yeah. So sadly, that has been my week. I did catch up on our animes. I did catch up on wrestling. Interesting the way wrestling's going right now. I'm actually a little bit since after what happened on Monday, I'm actually a little more intrigued about what's going to happen at WrestleMania coming up, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. But yeah, it was just a week, man. It really was a week. Did get to go into work on oh, you talk about cringe. I gotta tell you what happened at work on Sunday. So I'm back there washing dishes, listening to music, washing dishes, having fun, trying to have fun at work like I normally am, right? One of the girls comes in, she's like, "Oh my God, did you hear what was going to happen today?" I'm like, "No, I'm back here. What's going on?" She goes, "There's a guy over here at table 19 that's going to propose to his girl." I'm like,
Oh,
"Really?"
yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, she's going to propose to his girl." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome." And she was like, "Hey, listen, he gave me the ring and she showed me the ring." I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty nice looking ring." And she was like, "Yeah, he paid $1,300 for it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, 1,300. Okay, it's nice. I mean, it was a nice ring for $1,300. And she was like, they want me to put it on a piece of cheesecake and bring it to the table, and that's when he's gonna ask." I'm like, oh, "Okay, that's sweet. Okay, that's cool. I like that, whatever." And she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go take care of it." I'm like, "All right, cool. Let me know how it goes. Right, whatever, right?" About 35 minutes later, I end up going outside because I'm taking because as well as I also to trash on the lines. So if the people on the line cooks, they're like, unpackaging stuff and throwing it in the dumpster, like I'm taking it out and stuff like that. Well, at the time she came back to tell me how it went, I was already outside of the dumpster, right? So I'm throwing garbage away in the dumpster. I'm bringing the dumpster, the little small little dumpster garbage carrier back to the thing, and I just see two people arguing in the parking lot. Like, I'm not thinking anything of, okay, why are these two people arguing in the parking lot? I walk back in, I go back to the dish pit, and the girl's standing there, dumbfounded. I'm like, "What's going on?" She goes, "You're not going to believe what just happened." I said, "I bet you I can." And she goes, she sat down, and the moment he was fixing to propose to her, she saw the ring. She was like, "Oh my God, no, we can't get married." And he's like, "Why can't we get married? Why are you not want to marry me? I thought you loved me." She goes, "I have a confession to make." "What?" "I've been having a secret relationship with David. And I found out David was his brother." The girl was, she declined the marriage proposal because she was secretly sleeping with the dude's brother.
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh my God." That was the conversation that happened. I was like, "Man, I'm going back to work." I immediately cut on music. I was just like, "I'm going back to work," and I'm laughing the whole time. She's like, "You don't think that that's sad?" I'm like, "Let me ask you a question. Let's say that I'm proposing to you, and you tell me that you having sex with my family member. How would you think my reaction would be?" And she goes, "I'm like, how old are you? 19? Yeah, yeah. You're not old enough to have a grown person conversation. Go away." You know what I mean? And it was, I don't know. It was an interesting. And then I'm like, "Oh, that's why they were fighting in the parking lot." So yeah, that made me think. You said cringe, and that's the first thing I thought. I was like, "Yeah, Roger would probably like this story."
I mean, it's all right. I mean, I usually expect couples to break up when they're young. Um,
Yeah,
it
but
ain't
I
no
mean,
hey, it was an okay story, but it wasn't no sidestepping nieces and nephews into the pool.
that's
and
true.
realizing how
That's
shitty your
true.
family is. But no,
Mm-hmm.
forgot
Yeah,
during my week.
yeah.
Um,
Mitigate everything I just said. It's cool.
no, I forgot when I went back when I was thinking about my week. Um, I started rewatching The Bear again, Chip. So I
Oh, so
watched it
good.
twice again. I watched it twice this week, all the way through.
I still have not seen it.
You need to.
You are missing out.
But also, I've been watching Shogun. Caught up on that. It's also on FX or Hulu, whichever one you guys want to watch it on.
Yeah.
I think is by far the best written show I've ever watched. And
Oh
I've
wow.
watched The Wire, The Shield, Sopranos, Game of Thrones, um, what's fucking Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I've watched all those big, long, epic. And Shogun to me is the best written show. Dialogue feels so natural for a show about an Englishman that went to Japan during a time when Japan was isolated, and just seeing the interactions of all the different Japanese lords and how they have like they do all the honor stuff, everything like that. It's so spectacular. It's amazing.
And this is Shogun, you said?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's called
Okay.
Shogun. Um, but no, yeah, watching that, I was like watching how well written it was, and I started thinking about how great the bear was written there. Just I went back to watch that. So I was like, yeah, and there was a few things that I missed here and there with the first time I watched it. I'm picking up again, so I was like, okay, this is really cool. Um, that's why I was really hoping Chip you would have had a chance to talk to John Bernthal when you were in Atlanta.
Yeah, I really wanted to, but if I'm not mistaken, he was the one that was a little under the weather. He wasn't doing much
Hmm.
talking. I think it was him and Ross Marquand were both hoarse.
Yeah,
So
I mean, as much stuff that John is in, because I mean, he's in he's still part of the. I think he's supposed to still be in part of season 3 of The
I
Bear.
think so.
Then he has this show where he that cop show that he does on Max. Then he
Hmm.
has his own podcast, and then he's supposed to be doing the Daredevil show slash Punisher show. So I
Yes.
mean, like, dude, take a break. Like, I know the
Okay.
money's good, but take a break.
Man,
What?
I've already missed 2 seasons of this apparently.
Yeah,
Of
but it is
what?
short. It's like 10 episodes each
Yeah.
season. It's super short
Okay.
and easy to get through.
So a young chef, Carmen, aka
Carmi.
Carmi
Oh, Carney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barzado?
Berzado.
Barzardo.
Bear,
Oh, the
Bear,
Bear Barzardo. Okay, that makes sense.
Berzado.
Yeah.
Bearzato.
Yeah.
Inherits his family's Italian beef sandwich shop after the suicide of his older
Uh,
brother.
his brother's shop. It's not really his family. It's just his brother's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just reading what I'm seeing here on the wikis. He comes home to Chicago to run it, leaving behind his world and working in a Michelin star restaurant. He is left with dealing with his brother's unresolved debt, a rundown kitchen, and an unruly staff, while also dealing with his own family trauma.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it really goes into the psychological aspects of a lot of things, especially dealing with family trauma and interpersonal health stuff, mental
Yeah.
health and everything like that, which is really great.
Yeah.
But for multiple people, but no, Carmi was a chef that had a Michelin star restaurant in New York and Copenhagen, and where was did he have another one? I think I can't remember what the other
Uh,
one because I
I
know
don't remember if he
Nomu
had a third.
Nomu was Copenhagen. I forgot what the one in New York was called, but he I think he had another restaurant. But um, yeah, he's like such a great chef that him going to his restaurant just a sub sandwich shop pretty much, and he's trying to make it an actual. Their goal is to try to get at least one Michelin star for the
Hmm.
restaurant,
Okay.
and there's so
So
much changes going on. It's just a great cast of people.
so it's
Oh
just
yeah.
so it's basically coping through humor, basically, with the
No,
show.
this show's dark.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
It's dark.
Okay, because
it
it's
says it's a
classified.
comedy, but
Yeah.
but it's there's there's comedy as in there's jokes here and there, but that shit is dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
they're like when I first thought it was classified as comedy, I was like, where? Like, yeah, there's jokes here and there, and there's moments that are like, haha, yeah, but overall, like every episode is a mental health situation or relationship issue or family trauma issue. Like there's the funny moments are pretty. It has to be when Fack and Richie are talking to each other. That's gotta be it
It's got to be it.
because that's
Yeah.
it. That's the only
Uh,
comedy parts. But overall, that show's
speaking of
dark.
speaking of Fack,
He's a
you
cook.
know
He's a chef. Yeah,
he's an actual chef. Yeah.
yeah. That's what he's not only a chef, but he's also the executive producer, and he showed them how to cook because they don't use um body hand doubles or anything like that. So when you see Carmi actually cutting it up, that's actually Aaron Taylor cooking. That's him actually chopping and stuff like that.
Wow, this guy that you're talking about, real name Matty
Matty
Madison.
Matheson, yeah.
Yeah.
He currently owns 5 restaurants, all in
Mhm.
the Toronto. Well, I talk about he owns 4 in the
They're all in
Toronto,
Canada.
Ontario, and 1 in Port Erie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie's Patty's Burger Shop, Fonda Bomb, Chafi Rang, Prime Seafood Palace, and Rizzo's House of Parm.
Hmm.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Um.
But okay,
So yeah,
yeah,
moving on to my
Your
week
week.
real
your
quick.
week.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Very similar. I wasn't sick, uh, per se, but I've been dealing with this toothache for about a week now.
Mm,
Um, and it's I mean it's starting to ease up. Uh, and I've got a dentist appointment. It's not for another few weeks, which sucks. So I went and bought some Ambisol, and I've been using like liquid Ambisol on this tooth. Um, but other than that, this weekend I seen that the Dalton Mall had posted that there was a new store uh opening up called Tokyo Toy Box. And I uh I wanted to go check it out. Well, we get there, the store's not open yet. They were just advertising for it. But I stopped off at Hot Topic, picked up a new Demon Slayer shirt. I believe I showed you guys that already, the Hashira
Mhm.
one.
yep.
Yep.
Uh really cool. Then went to Books a Million, picked up a couple of things. Um and then probably my favorite thing that I picked up this weekend was issue one, autographed by Jason Flowers himself. It's issue one of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution. If you have not read this yet, this is amazing. It introduces, so this is a sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, and this introduces 4 brand new turtles. It's not Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello. This is 4 all new turtles, and they're being trained by um, April O'Neil, who is essentially the master splinter of the this
New group.
story. Yeah, and Casey Jones, but it's not the Casey Jones that we are
We
accustomed
know.
to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is Casey Marie Jones. It's Casey and April's daughter. Um, and it's set in a dystopian post-apocalyptic kind of world. It's really really good. The first issue is really good. I can't wait for the second issue. I have actually Jason Flowers uh drew a cover for issue 2 as well. So I've got that coming to me. So super excited about that. Then I picked up a couple of new action figures to add to the pile. I caught a oh, what was it? Oh, it's from Star Wars Book of Boba Fett. It's the Black Chrysanthemum.
Oh,
Uh
nice.
yeah, it's uh figure. This figure uh is normally $40 and I caught it on clearance for 10. Can't pass that up. And then I've just been doing a lot of reading um lately, and just binge watching various anime. And then let's see, what else did I do? Oh, sent out a well, we had the interview with Philip Weber, that was absolutely amazing. That's out already. And then Talon and I Well, I guess that was this week, not yeah.
Yes, but that's why I
So
didn't include this
that'll
stuff. That's
yeah,
yeah.
that'll be on the next episode. But another really cool interview that'll be coming out. So,
Yes.
yep.
um,
I also got this pretty cool hoodie. Did you guys see that? I got it off of the. I don't know if anybody who watches TikTok a lot. Officer Udi. I think all of us are here are familiar with Mr. Udi. He not yeah, really
I'm on
fun,
TikTok.
really fun, really funny dude, really funny dude. But he has a shirt that says "I'm trying." I got the hoodie version of it because I love hoodies, so I got this one, and it's just a message of he works a lot with like mental health and things of that nature. And there's times when even if you're giving it your all, sometimes you feel like it's never enough. And the message for this, I'm trying, is just simply like, hey, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm just gonna let God, handle it and do my part, and I'm trying, and I think it's a good message. And shout out to him. I don't know if he'll ever see this, but shout out to you, Udi. You've been doing good. Keep up the good work. Um, so yeah, didn't mean to cut in on you, Chip. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
I was done. That was my
Okay.
week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from there, I guess we can move on to um,
Anime.
anime reviews real quick. And I guess since Delicious Dungeon Stately goes first, we can talk about that one. Episode 12 just happened.
12, episode 12. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So we finally have our big climactic battle against the Crimson Dragon last week, or yeah, week episode 11. They
Mhm.
defeat them and everything like that. They go into all the internal sacs, the fire sac, the organ sacs of all the belly, whatever every other sac there was. Um, they find a bunch of bones. So this episode, we pretty much pick up exactly where it left off with Leo's holding the skull in his hands, of Fallon, and we find out that Marcel practices dark magic, um,
Black magic,
or
dark magic. Yes.
forbidden magic.
Forbidden
Technically,
magic. Yeah.
forbidden, yeah, because the way they really explain it, she
Yeah.
technically does forbidden magic.
Yeah.
But she does know a resurrection, the old timey resurrection spell where you had to have the flesh, you have to have flesh and bones. You have to have the
Yeah.
person's full bones in right order, but you can use flesh from anything. And they usually said they use
Pig or
pig or sheep, lamb,
lamb. Yeah. Pig or lamb.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which pig's technically the closest thing to human with like the organs and stuff like that, but that's
Yeah.
whatever. But they decide to use the dragon because yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. It's right there.
So Senshi and Chilchuk have an issue with this because obviously it's forbidden magic. We already know that Senshi does not like magic,
Right.
At
right.
all.
Right.
at all. Even though he's become a little bit more like his journey, his arc is him being a little bit more open to magic, but
Mhm.
forbidden magic for him, obviously he's not gonna be his thing.
Right.
But Leos and Marcel spend a few minutes of the episode, opening the episode, separating the bones, putting them in order and everything like that, and then putting the dragon meat on top of the bones and everything. And then
Yeah.
Marcel does her spell.
Right.
And then,
If I could just pause. Go ahead, Chip.
I was just say, hold on, because there was a really interesting and funny part when they were putting the bones together, because Lyles didn't know how to put the bones together properly.
No.
He didn't. Yep. That was real funny. Yeah.
But they had to. The other thing that was interesting is they had to separate the what are they, wargs.
Wargs.
Org, yeah.
Yeah. They had to separate their bones, and Senshi and Chilchuk were very concerned that when Marcel does the resurrection spell, she's going to also resurrect the
Org.
gorgs.
Yeah.
But they didn't
Remember
actually
too.
put their bones together. They just put them to the side, thankfully.
Yeah. And then there was one thing I remember when she talked about doing the resurrection spell and stuff like that, where it's like black magic or dark magic or forbidden magic. And since she said that stuff is evil, and then she hit him with that magic has no morality.
It doesn't.
And I was like, whoa, like that kind of like woo, like that
Well,
kind of,
that's always
kind
the
of like hit a little bit,
that's always the thing about like a sword doesn't have morality. A sword is a tool. A
Hmm.
guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns. Like that's the
Yep.
morality thing. We're not going to go into a whole political debate about that.
Oh no, we're not. We're not. We're not.
I like guns. I personally like to shoot guns, but I don't shoot at people. I know how to use a
Right.
gun. I'm not an idiot.
Right.
Unless you step up in the wrong time and wrong place, I'm gonna put it in you then at that point. Pause.
Yeah.
But but no,
The internet has ruined us all. Hey, you
it's
go
it's
ahead.
so it's so hilarious doing pause moments on anybody. It's so hilarious. But no, so they line the bot, they construct the bones in proper order. Finally, Marcel's doing her spell, and to me, it was a really cool sequence. I don't know if you guys thought it was a cool sequence, but just like the the transformation of or the absorption of the bones and meat together, then making the full flesh, but it's all red at first, all just pretty. It looks like exactly like the dragon meat. It was just red, and then it slowly
Yeah.
turns, really slowly turns into Fallon to a point where when I first saw, it, I was looking, I was like, is that Fallon? I was like, I can't really tell. And then Leos grabs her and holds her and says, Fallon. And then obviously she's surprised because she was just dead.
Right. She was
Yeah.
dead. Yeah.
um, and then she, has her senses coming back and everything like that. Everybody's happy, yay, yay, yay. And then while this is going on, Senshi
Yes.
decides decides,
Yes.
hey, I'm gonna get me some of this dragon meat
Give
to
me
cook.
right. Yeah.
Uh, but the only issue with that is that they let out the dragon's fuel sac,
Yeah.
so it fire near fuel equals explosion. But
Yes.
since she's not thinking about that, he's like, hey, I'm about to just cook this thing up, about to put it in the pot. So they all run as fast as they can to try to get to Senshi, whoop, whoop, as fast as they can. And this just goes to show how strong Fallon's magic is subconsciously, or
Yes.
because she didn't say a word. Nothing. I don't even think she had her staff at that. She doesn't even have her staff at that
No.
point. No,
It
she's
was
just
almost
standing
like
there.
it was like telekinesis almost.
Yeah, like it was innate. Pretty much, it
Or
was just boom.
yeah, telekinesis would be the right word.
Yeah,
No, or
telekinetic.
yeah,
Yeah,
telekinetic. Yeah.
telepathic
Okay.
is communication
Yeah, communication. Yeah.
pathway.
Yeah.
Telekinetic, kinetic equals energy. So that's how I always remember it.
Yeah.
But she protects everybody from this giant explosion. Even since she was a foot away, when this explosion happens, everybody's screaming in terror, and Chill Chunk's like, "He's alive!" Like,
Yeah.
and then they see like Fallon had casted this veil, pretty much a shield, but it was a veil, protection, everything. And then at that point, since she's like, "Oh, okay, well, back to going to cook." He's like, it
Right.
didn't even phase him. He just went back to cooking.
Yeah,
Yep.
but the other thing is Marcel yells at Fallon. She's like, "I told you you're not fully recovered. You need to
Save your mana.
rest and save
Yeah.
your mana." But I think this just shows how much mana Fallon actually has
Yeah,
because she's only
Yeah.
been resurrected. I'm gonna guess for like
10,
five,
15 minutes.
maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
right
not
in
even
there.
have like she's not even fully 100% back to her normal self, like her full self yet. So
Right.
Right.
it's not that long of this process
No,
happening.
and she's still casting like complicated, but
Big
we can
spells, pretty
tell,
much.
Yeah. Big spells.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
from what we can tell, these complicated spells, uh, even without her staff or anything, she's just
Anything.
like,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
they were all, or Marcel and Lyles were really shocked because they didn't hear her speak. It was all subconscious.
Just the
Yeah.
immediate. It was immediate, which is like I said, it just shows how strong she is as a spellcaster, but just how strong she is in general with the ability to not have to say anything or have an object, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Um, But from that point, we get them cooking. Since she's cooking up some dope food.
I want some of
And
that pizza. I want
you know
some
what
of
I'm
that
saying?
onion pizza, that onion dragon onion pizza. I want that so much.
So everybody's eating, and everybody's looking at Fallon because they're going to be. They're like, "Oh crap, we haven't told her she's they like literally they haven't had time to explain anything to her."
No.
But they give her this food, and everybody's like, "Oh crap, can she eat dragon meat? Because she's technically dragon
Yeah.
now."
Yeah.
Um, but she eats it and she enjoys it.
Yeah.
Um,
She screams tasty, and me and my son just started busting out laughing because it made us think of Rengoku from Demon Slayer. So I mean,
but she is enjoying it, and everything like that. And then she pretty much comes to her own conclusion. She's like, "So you guys have been eating monsters this whole time?" And they're like,
yeah.
"Yeah, yeah, pretty much." She's like, "That's cool."
Yeah.
So you can see she is Leos' sister.
Yes.
Yes.
And even Marcel's like, no, you're not supposed to like this. What are you doing? We did it for
Yeah.
survival, not enjoyment, you know?
Um, and then they the next scene the next scene is the one scene in this show that I'm like, oh, I can't believe they did this. This is sort of a fan service scene.
Was it that before they did the whole thing with cooking the dragon, or was it after? Because I thought it was before this.
I thought it was after because when she no, you're right.
She had to get
Before.
cleaned up. Yeah, because she had to get
Yeah,
cleaned up
yeah,
beforehand.
you're
But
right.
yeah, I was gonna ask about
Yep.
that specific scene.
My fault.
Yeah.
I got them mixed up, but you're right because she was fully herself at that point, and when she
Yeah.
went out to eat, she was clothed and everything. So yes, so technically the scene before the full meal of the dragon and everything, they do a fan service scene, and it disappointed me a little bit, but it wasn't egregious like most other animes. I'm surprised they even did it in this anime to begin with. But they have a shower scene between Marcel and Fallon, and yes, their hair blocks everything, or the water level blocks everything. But there's a point where if Marcel gets up and you're fully naked, but her hair's covering herself up, but you can sort of see her boobs around her hair a little bit, and
Yeah.
everything like that. I'm just like, oh, y'all did it. Like, thought y'all were gonna be the perfect anime, but you had to put a little fan service in there.
Mm.
But I
I guess
think
if that's the only fan service we've gotten in 12
episodes,
episodes,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a pass.
But my thing also is it sort of was a scene to be needed there because it reestablishes
The connection between Marcel and Fallon.
Fallon, but I don't know. I feel like they have an intimacy, but not like not sexual or anything like that. But they have a
Yeah.
specific, they have a very special intimacy between each other.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we earlier on we did find out that um Marcel was sort of Fallon's mentor teacher thing,
Yeah.
but now when they're together, you can really see that connection. Like you can see
Yeah.
Yes.
the true love and respect between each other that they have. And I guess this scene was okay, but I don't think they needed to have Marcel stand up and sort of show herself or anything like that. They could have just
If they would have stayed in if they would have
the
just
water.
stayed underwater, I don't think it would have been that bad.
Yeah, and this is just me being. Yeah, it was like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably like a 3. It wasn't
Yeah,
bad
it wasn't
or
like
agree like I said, but they hadn't needed a reason to have this, but I still feel like they could have gotten around it. This
I
episode, it's just me nitpicking. That's all it is,
yeah.
really.
Yeah. But
But
then there
no,
was that, but yeah, but what you were talking about, but then going back to after they ate the dragon and everything, and then they were going to that little corridor where they had like the room with the different rooms and stuff.
mhm.
And Leos looks at her and almost like it's like he's not angry, but he's like telling her like you can't do this again. I don't want to lose you again. And I'm paraphrasing with the statement, you know, but it's almost like he's yelling, almost like he's not basically being a big brother, basically at that moment, you know, which is understandable. If you're a big brother, then yeah, that's something you do. Like, yo, you can't do this, you know. I don't want to see you get hurt again, you know, stuff like that.
He literally
You
says, "I
know,
never want to lose you again," and hugs her, and that was
yeah,
such a big moment. Go ahead, Chip.
yeah,
it was. So one thing we forgot, um, that will play into what I think you're fixing to talk about, Roger. Um, when they do the resurrection spell, Marcel has to draw this these symbols in a
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
And she makes sure to tell everybody that it's okay as long as we wash it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now they've gone and cleaned up and they're eating and everything, and they forgot to wash the symbols away, which
Yep.
leads into the very last scene of the episode where uh an elf, am I correct? It was an elf, correct?
It's a dark elf. Yeah.
I
Was it a,
believe so. I think it was Dark Elf. I'd have to re-look just to be sure, but I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. It was a
uh
dark elf because it had the cloak and then the elf took the cloak off, and you see the pointed ears, and you see a very dark, almost menacing type of feel to her, in a
Yeah,
sense. Even
but
even drawn cartoon, like you could still tell that there was some
oh yeah,
kind of
you can
malice
tell by
behind
you
her.
can tell by her presence that she's the next bad guy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
yeah.
But also
So
another thing so go ahead, Chip. I'm sorry.
I used to say, but so she walks up and she sees the dragon carcass there, and she's standing next to the dragon carcass, and she looks down and notices
the circle.
the circle of symbols,
Hmm.
and then that's where the episode
Yeah.
ends.
But one thing that happened before that, when they were going into the place, um, like we talked about how Marcel and her had a conversation, her and Fallon and Laos had a conversation. But they were walking through. There's this little corridor, and there's the door open, and Fallon turns and she sees this little girl standing in the doorway, and then
I
kneels
forgot
down and
about that.
says, "Yeah." She leans down and she says, "We're only going to be here for a couple of days, and then we'll be gone." And then Leos goes, "Who are you talking to?" She stood up and she goes, "A resident. I just told her we're going to be using the place." And then it's like he looks, and the door's open, but it's a cinder block wall
Well,
on the other side of it. So it's like, oh, she's connecting with the spirits that are still in this, that are still in
well,
this
remember
dwelling, if you will.
she's adept to seeing spirits, so
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. So
um,
when you see it, because I was watching it, like I noticed it, and I'm like, oh my god. And Malachi was like, what? I'm like, did you not notice that? He goes, notice what? And I like I'm rewinding. I'm like, you see the girl? She's talking to the girl in the doorway. I'm like, right? Yeah, okay. I went and played it. I'm like, I paused it. I'm like, where's the little girl? He goes, is that not a dick? I'm like, yeah, I remember she talks to ghosts. Remember? She was like, oh, that girl was a ghost. Okay.
we're also going to bring up the moment where Fallon grabs Leos's sword and the little bug thing comes out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
yeah,
So they have that moment, but also Fallon and Fallon is enamored with Senshi. She thinks he's super cool too.
yeah.
Um, but Fallon also asked about um Namara. Crap, what freaking I can't remember her name.
Namari.
No,
Namari and
Namari,
Show.
Shonu,
I,
the guy
yeah,
that she was in love with or proposed was going to happen, but they'd
yeah.
explain to her the situation and everything that happened. My thing is, I keep no. This week I didn't skip the intro to the episode. I was just letting it play. They have Shonu still as part of the entrance, like as the theme slide.
yeah,
So when are we going to get to see him?
right.
Have we
Probably,
seen
probably
him?
in part two.
I
Yeah,
know
we have not seen him.
we've seen Namari a couple of times, but
We
we
haven't seen
haven't
him
seen
since.
him since.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Are we talking
Oh,
about the one at
the
the in
samurai dude. He's a
yeah,
samurai dude.
in the beginning, in like the snowy
Yeah,
mountain type thing?
yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen him once in like the early
The first
first
episode when he
episode.
leaves,
Yeah.
when we have the battle when he leaves. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Um, because even when I'm thinking about it, when Leos was describing their attack patterns, they didn't replay and show how the team actually did their stuff, so we'd never see him again.
Right, exactly.
But no, overall, really great episode. Like I said, I was pretty much just nitpicking a nitpick. There was a little down moment, but overall, still really good. Um, Still the strongest anime for me at this season. It's been consistently staying up top. Now the anime that's number two for the season down that's finally picked up is Solo Leveling.
Yes.
Is and this fight is one part of the manga that was actually really highly expected and people who've read it know that from this point on, this anime is going to be high ceiling again. Really, really, really action oriented back to that and everything. But this week's episode was the Ignis fight, which I was really waiting for. There was actually more. The anime extended the fight out more than what is in the manga because I think it's only a few pages. The actual fight is only a few pages in the manga, but this animation in the
Do you?
anime it
Well,
was half the episode. Mhm.
I mean to cut you off real quick, but I'll ask you because you have read the manga and you're watching the anime. Does it bother you if they like extend the fight scenes for a particular episode if it doesn't like align with like okay, like you said, like the fight was only like a couple of pages, but those couple of pages would translate to like maybe what, like maybe 20, 30 minutes of on-screen fighting or something like that? Like is it weird for you? Like
So
I just want to know where your head
so
is at with that one.
for anime adaptations, an anime is 3 chapters of a manga.
Okay.
3 chapters, not 3 pages, but 3 chapters.
Okay.
So it could be anywhere between 60 to 80 pages of the manga. But the when they for this one, I was actually excited for the fight being extended because one, the guy that did this animation was one guy again, super fucking fantastic animation ability.
No, okay.
It's the same guy that did supposedly. I don't know if this is true. I heard it on another anime podcast, and some people who commented on it also said the same thing. So I don't know the full validity of it, but it's the same guy. The animated, the in JJK, the Mahito versus Yuji subway battle, which was also another fantastic scene and animation wise. Um, so the same guy did this, which is great. The fight was really extended. It was really great. There were parts of it that when I was watching it, I could tell. Well, I could tell it was the extended part because it wasn't drawn. It wasn't. The fight wasn't drawn out in a bad sense. It was drawn out in a good sense to show the high level from what the show's gonna be from now on. Jinwoo is still not S tier. We can see that.
Yeah.
I like that they're showing us that even though he's going through, he's still not S tier. He still gets his ass handed to him. He even says in the episode he only won by luck. Um, the Ignis, the Red Knight or Crimson Knight, I can't remember what one they actually called him.
Let me go back. Let me look real
Might
quick.
have been Red Knight.
The Blood Red Knight. The
Blood Red Knight.
Yeah, blood. Yeah, Blood Red Knight. Yeah.
Blood Red Knight. The knight was more skillful, more proficient, better fighter overall, just better. And Jinwoo got lucky. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it's something I've picked up on. In every big battle, Jinwoo has a signature move. Do you know what it is?
It's the one where he his strength increases and he rips uses his hands to rip apart
Nope,
the he's done that in every battle though.
not in this one.
Yes, he did.
I'm trying to remember.
He wasn't able to take
You
the.
get-
He was what?
I'm trying to remember every single fight at once in my head, and I can't remember them all at the same time. Give me the answer. Let me.
He also didn't do it against the Lycans or the Lycurians, whatever they called them in this. His signature move is stab the eye. Every
Okay.
single time he's fighting a creature, every tested battle, he stabs the eye. That's literally how he gets advantage. Is he stabs the eye. He did it
Yeah.
against the Lycans. He did it against
Right.
the
big ass spider.
big ass spider, big ass snake.
Yep.
He did it against Ignis, which I didn't even know Ignis had an eye.
No, it was
Right?
no, you're right. Now that I'm thinking, it was the battle right before he got to
Yeah,
Ignis
when he's
where
fighting suits, his
ripped
endurance.
yeah.
Which is also a pretty gangster feat until you like hitting that battle where you're getting jumped by people. You can't really do that consistently, which we
Right.
saw. So it just goes to show that he still has more to grow. It's great, and I love that this episode finally introduced Jinwoo family. I think that's his
Yes.
name. I can't remember his name. I hate
It is. It's Jinwoo because so it's Jinwoo and Shinwoo.
No,
Or
is Jin Woo and Jin Yo. Jin Yo's his name.
I thought it was
Jin Woo
Jogi. No,
might
no,
be
that's somebody else.
Jogi.
That's somebody else. That's somebody else, I think.
But our main character is Jin Woo, is Sung Jin Woo. I know our main character is Sung Jin Woo.
Yeah.
I got that down pat. And Jin Yo or Jin Ho is the corporation dude, his partner, his assistant, or not his assistant, but his business partner. And we finally see his brother, and his brother is sort of figured out the plan, but didn't figure out the plan. He said, "It's cool that you're doing this little personal project and buying up all these C rank raid missions, but don't get in my way." And then he goes off and he's talking about how Jinyo's brother is talking about how he wasn't able to get all the big S rank guys in Korea, so he's got guys from
other regions.
Saudi Arabia and the United Kingdom, I think is what he said, or Japan. I can't remember which one of the two. But this just shows that the hunters are not just Korea. It's not just a Korea centric thing. It's global. So I'm glad they finally did this because I can finally talk about these other S rank dudes. Do not play. Wait for them to be in the show. I hope they bring them out because Japan has some good ones and Saudi Arabia has some good ones too.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Bring them out.
It's hard to yell with the rail in your mouth. VIP coming live from the VIP.
Hey.
Sorry,
sir. Copyright, sir.
Sorry. Don't sue us, Tip. Please don't sue us.
He's too worried about his daughter's hymen to worry about us. And speaking of disgusting rappers, let's go ahead and just talk about the man in the news on the weekend, Mr. Sean Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Combs. His Homeland Security raided 3 of his mansions, one in New York, one LA, one in Miami or Florida. I don't know if they specifically said Miami, but this man's house is getting raided. And what if you're a sensible man and your homes are being raided and you're being accused of stuff? Your first thing should be, oh, let me clear my name. Let me get stuff settled. Let me get my lawyers together. We're gonna get this done. Hey, yeah, they came to my place. They didn't find anything. Hopefully, they didn't find anything. Let's square this way. Diddy, on the other hand, he's like, oh, let me get on my private jet and move to a country I can't be extradited from.
Yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then his lawyers have the audacity to say that this was a witch hunt. It's disgusting and an abusive use of governmental military power, and that we are going to clear this man's name and prove his innocence. No, you're not.
Mm-mm.
No, you're not. But hey, at least we're going to find out for sure who killed Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Who killed Tupac?
Yeah,
I tell you,
Suge Knight and P. Diddy. That's who killed both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Hey, Cat Williams done told all of us this was going to happen on the Club Shay Shay podcast. So who knows what else is going to come out?
But the thing is, people was already doing the stuff, like talking about Diddy, and then Cat Williams is going to take credit, like, oh, I told you guys, I exposed that. No, you didn't. Shut up, you.
No, you didn't expose it. I mean, he might have brought more attention to it, but you know.
But
I'm just telling people what they need to know.
But yeah.
Anyway, back to Solo 11.
So we also see a bunch of S rank hunters getting on a helicopter for something we haven't seen for sure yet. But also Jinwoo got the mission to do the job change mission, which is actually a big part. It's the lead up to the next arc in the manga. I don't know how they're going to do it in this. I don't know if episode 12, because we're on episode 11. I don't know if episode 12 will be the season finale. I think it's only supposed to go 12 episodes.
Yeah, we're on episode 11 because we did this stupid ass 7.5.
I didn't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see it on 7.5, so we good.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch 7.5.
It wasn't on the website I watched it on, so.
It'd be really fun.
A lot of other people seen it because it was voted Crunchyroll's worst episode ever.
You'll be fucked up if they did 11.5 and then it's like, motherfucker.
If I see another episode that's whatever 0.5, skip.
Yep. I already know what's going to be. It's going to be a recap show with a whole bunch of filler.
But we also like I said, we see them these S rank hunters get on an airplane or helicopter, and overall the episode pretty much just ends with Jinwoo trying to decide what he's going to do next.
Yeah. Well, aren't they
Like I
heading
said,
to like an island or something?
they're heading to the island to another island where they're supposed to be having this big battle.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the island. That's why I said they're going on somewhere because I completely forgot
G
what it was.
Jahi, something like
It's
that.
Here's the thing:
It starts with a. Let
Korean
me.
language is easy, but a lot of their words are super close together, so I
It is.
don't want to mess up.
It's J. It's spelled Jeju. So Jeju,
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 maybe
Jeju, Jaju. I don't know.
Jeju. But
Jeju. All right. Anyway, go
no,
ahead.
if this is the job train arc, if they end this season with the cliffhanger of what the arc's supposed to build up to, it'll be fine. I think it'll be great. I do hope we get a season 2 in the fall. I don't want to wait until the winter season again, but I also don't want the animators to get fucked over like Mappa did their animators and make it more super overtime and do 4 animes at a time on a team of like 30 people.
Right.
I do believe in getting your time off, doing what you got to do. And these animation studios do more than one anime at a time. So your team is thin to begin with. And yeah, Solo Leveling is popping off and it's about to start going up there, and people are going to start putting it as the number 1 of the season. It's not number 1 of the season. Definitely
No.
number 2 right now. But no, Solo Level in this episode is pretty much going to show you. This is pretty much the start of what to expect and how the battles are going to go and how great it's going to be further on with the action sequences and also Jinwoo's development. Because we saw in this episode, he was super close to being killed again. He said it himself. He was lucky, but now he's getting all the XP. He actually started wearing armor because he was starting to get beat up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he also got Ignis's armor. His helmet, I think was the only thing he got, right? I
I
can't
think
remember
it
what
was
it
it was just the helmet, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did he not get the? No, never mind. He didn't get the gauntlets.
He
or
just
anything
got
like
the
that.
he just got the
He
helmet,
just got the helmet. Yeah.
which gave him plus the strength and virality,
Vitality.
vitality, yeah, something like that. Which is great. Loved the episode, really great sequence. I love the fights. Loved how he had to be more resourceful and started using more of his abilities in inventory and everything like that.
Mhm.
Right. Sorry about that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'll mute myself real quick.
And I did not get a chance to watch Undead Unwanted this week. So I'm behind on that. I can't do a recap of this week's episode. I'll throw that into next week's.
Yeah, I didn't watch Ninja Kamui or Son of Affection this week. Son of Affection, I think, is also on episode 12, so I think they're finishing up. So I missed that one. Ninja Kamui's on episode 8 now. They're catching up and they're still really good. Love the animation there.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to go into the spring season.
Yeah, spring technically starts next week.
Yeah. I'm looking at. I'm currently looking at the. I gotta go back a couple of.
Kaiju number 8 is probably gonna be the next one for April. That's gonna be the big one. Windbreakers
Yeah.
also.
Windbreaker,
Windbreaker.
Kaiju 8, Demon Slayer season 4.
Yeah. I found it. Demon
and,
Slayer season 4 is May. Go ahead, Chip.
What?
But we're talking about April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me.
And
Kaiju number 8, April 13th.
and My Hero season 7 part 2. I believe
that's later on too. That's April
Uh,
or May. I mean,
Yeah, April. As far as April goes, we just said Kaiju number 8 is April 13th.
I can't wait for that one.
I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this. I'm so sorry. Mashoku Tensei season 2 part 2.
don't watch that.
Don't watch it.
Nope. It has so it just has some grotesque fucking incest and underage love in it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
Reincarnated as a Slime season 3 is going to be April
I
5th.
need to get caught up
I
on
was like, we
that.
need to watch that.
I want to get in. Yeah, I want to start watching that one.
We we should do a watch party together.
Let's do
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Black Butler new season
I
April
want to watch
It's
13th.
that too.
it's the middle school one.
Arc,
Yeah, middle school
or
arc.
or,
Yeah.
or is it the high school arc?
I think it's middle school arc. And oh no, shit.
Yeah. And then there's
Yeah.
Irregular at Magic High season 3 is going to be April 5th.
Uh,
Uh uh Viral Hit is going to be on April 10th.
Viral Hit's gonna be good. It's gonna be a sleeper one for the season, I
Yeah.
believe.
Spice and Wolf is April 1st.
Now I'm trying to remember if this is Spice and Wolf a new season or if it is a redoing of Spice and Wolf.
Would it not be a continuation?
I don't know. I don't know if they're doing a pickup restart kind of thing or not.
Yeah.
I'm actually got to look at that.
Yeah. And then the one that I'm looking forward to, Windbreaker, April 4th. That's going to be good. Kano Suba season 3 is April 9th.
Kasuba.
Kasuba. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Again, my Japanese is a bit rusty. Uh but and those are just the ones. And I hadn't even gotten to Sandland or some of these other ones that are on here. Suicide Squad's coming out in July.
Isekai. Yep. I'm
Yep.
actually excited for that one.
Mhm.
Fairy Tale with a 100-year quest is also coming out in July.
I don't watch Fairy
Uh,
Tale.
Dan to Dan is coming in October.
Don to Don. Yep. That
Don
one's
to
gonna be
Don,
tight.
yeah.
But that's not spring season. That's
Yeah, it's not
October.
spring season. But other ones that I've seen, My Hero, Chip brought up My Hero season 7. It's going to be May 4th. And May 12th, obviously, season 4 of Demon Slayer. It's so there's a lot of good ones that are coming up pretty soon. I'm looking. Windbreaker to me, reincarnated as a slime, which I need to find it and go back and start watching
So
them episodes.
yeah, Spice and Wolf they're redoing it.
So it's a whole retelling of the story, basically.
Yep, they're starting back from volume 1.
Oh, okay.
Also, I don't know if you guys, I forgot to mention this, that I also watched, now that I think about it, on Friday, the documentary Quiet on Set, which is the telling of the Nickelodeon.
I have
Issues.
not watched that yet.
Okay,
I've
I'm
been-
not going to spoil anything.
Okay, I've been super busy, and Jesse and I want to watch that together.
Definitely don't watch with the kids.
Yeah,
No.
There's, to me, and this has been everybody's consensus that once they watched it, episode 3 is going to be the hardest thing to get through. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else for that besides that, but it's going to be the hardest episode to get through. Super sad, super disgusting.
Is that the Drake Bell episode?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's unfortunately the thing. There's also I can't remember if I sent this to you guys yet or earlier or not, but a new isekai anime called The New Gate that's coming out in April, I believe. But it's an isekai within an isekai. The premise is there's a game that these people are trapped in. So if they die in the game, they die in real life. Like Dot Hack Sign used to be, and more recently
Okay.
Sword Art Online is. But the guy, our main character, is going through. He's doing so good. He's beating up everything. Boom, 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 going through it. And then all of a sudden, there's a white flash or something happens. I think they said it was a white flash, but he sent 500 years into the game. So he got isekai. Something happened to him, and he got sent to another realm within the game. So he's in the game within a game. So something's happening there. The animation looks really good. It's called The New Gate. I think it does come out in April. And also another thing, it's not necessarily spring, but Netflix did announce and verify that they are actually doing the Baki Hamna versus Kenga Ashura crossover battle coming out June 6th. So that's gonna be dope as shit.
awesome.
But no, yeah, spring season is usually when anime picks up a lot. The winter one was kind of slower. There was more season 2s and 3s and stuff, more continuation, and sprinkled in with some good newer seasons of things that happened. As we talked about, the Delicious Dungeon, the sleeper pick for the season so far.
Yeah,
Um,
the three that I really have enjoyed is Delicious and Dungeon, Solo Leveling, and Unwanted Undead. And personally for me, I Solo Leveling is the third best of those three. But they're like they're super close together.
yeah, like I said, I got Sign of Affection as one of mine. Ninja Kamui, really good. Those are new ones. Continuation High Card season 2 was during this season, and
Mhm.
Classroom Delete season 3 was also really good. Um, Also, that should be coming out, I think in April. I can't remember. Is the new Bartender anime? So Bartender came out in early 2010s, I believe. Really good series, and then they're supposed to be doing the second one, I believe, in April. I know still for the spring season, but I can't remember everything off the top of my head. Also, the one my side romantic anime is going to be Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. I believe that one's going to be a really good one.
Jellyfish can't swim at night.
Yeah, it's a coming of age story about these girls that are like they can't sleep, so they go out at night and stuff and explore, and then it's a coming of age story for them. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I think there's another one somewhere in here. Oh, the Black Butler one's just called Public School Arc.
Okay,
Um,
public school arc.
yeah.
Hey, there's a baseball anime coming out April 10th called Oblivion Battery.
Yeah. It's made by Mappa, so I'm still mad at them. So I will not talk about their animes, but I will watch them illegally. I will not support them. I will not give them any money in any way, shape, or form.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay, okay, okay. I didn't know. I seen the sports anime and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah. But Bartender does come
See,
out April
let's see.
4th.
The Hashua training arc is supposed to.
But
Oh wow,
the
it's doing
Fable is
okay.
another one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
read some
The
of the
Fable, yeah,
manga.
I was looking at that earlier today too. Yeah.
That one's gonna be really good. The new gate, like I said, April 14th. There's a racing one. I can't remember. I told you about it. But I can't remember the name for it. Chip. What I told you.
Is that the Toyota one or the
High
other one?
speed. A high speed at Totally. That's the one that comes out April 6th.
Okay.
And that's the one where about like in the future they can go 500 kilometers an hour, so even super speed.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's
There's
gonna be
one.
a go ahead.
Oh, there's one I seen called Remonster.
Remonster, yeah, it's just like from what I've heard, it's supposed to be really good. It's a fantasy action adventure.
Is it
It
a
will
dungeon
be
crawl? Is it one of them dungeon crawlers?
no, it won't be a
Okay,
dungeon
it's not
crawler.
okay.
Um, but can't remember what it exactly is about.
They got a show
Well,
coming.
it's an isekai sort of like this
Yeah,
guy dies and gets reincarnated as a goblin, and that has to make him so stronger. That's about as much as I can remember off the top of my head.
yeah.
Uh,
They got one coming out called Go Go Loser Ranger.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love that one.
Okay. So it's a new season. It's not the new.
No, it's a new
Because
anime.
February 2021 was when it no, I'm reading that wrong. I apologize.
Yeah,
It was in Weekly Shonen
yeah,
since
it's
February
recent,
2021. Okay.
but that's not out for April. That's not for
Um
spring.
it says here April 7th for Go Go Loser Ranger.
Oh shit, they moved it up.
Yeah, that's what it's telling
Well,
me here.
that'll be my number one for April. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
they announced the anime adaptation in December of 2022.
yeah, and they were
Uh
supposed to come out in 2023. And they didn't come out in 2023. Pissed me off. Um,
Yeah, it says series is set for to premiere on April 7th, 2024 on TBS and its affiliates and will be streamed worldwide on Disney Plus.
yeah, Disney Plus is gonna be showing, which everywhere but the United States. A lot of things are coming out April 7th because that's when Jellyfish Can't Swim comes out. The Fable comes out. Um,
Grandpa and Grandma turn young again.
I won't watch that because I bet that's gonna be cute. Um, Shoot, what was the other one? Uh,
See, there's Mission Yozakara Family. That's a shonen. Uh, it was a mech anime, or it looks
which
like a
time?
mech.
There's
It
a
look
few.
it
There's a
looks
few
it looks
makers.
like a mech anime. I'm gonna again, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm gonna butcher this. My Japanese is shit. Shinkalin changed the world. It's a spin-off of the long-running Perel model train franchise.
I have no idea what that is. I've not
I
heard about
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know either. I mean, I can send you guys the link that I'm looking at here. It might help decipher it. Hang
But
on.
but that's going on. There's also going to be a Isn't there supposed to be a new Junji Ito coming out?
Let me look.
I don't. I can't remember if that's April or not. Might be summer. Might lie to you. Might be summer.
The Macabre. Damn it to hell. There you go. Look it up
No,
real quick on
because
the.
I sent the trailer in the group. I can't remember what it was, but they're doing the new Junji Ito stuff for Netflix.
Yeah, it's the Macabre one.
It's not a macabre one. It's an anthology one.
Oh, the anthologies. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But there's also that Grimm's fairy tale one that I sent you too.
Yeah, I seen that one. I seen the trailer for that one. Yeah, the horror anthology. Studio Dean is doing the animation for it. Uh, and Animax is doing that one as well.
Animax. Yep.
Animax.
But yeah, that's our anime. That's all our stuff for um so the stuff we're going to be looking forward to. So we're all going to have a plethora of different things to watch in April, which is pretty good that we're going to have a lot of other things going on,
Yeah,
more things to
Espe
talk about.
especially with Solo Leveling and DID fixing to wrap up here in a couple of in about a week or so.
Well, we
Yeah.
assume
We
that
assume.
they're going to be
No,
wrapping
no,
up.
they should be wrapping up here. They said they're not going to go into the spring season, so they should be finishing up here in a week or so. Um, but I think it's strange that My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer are coming out in the same 8 days apart from each other.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to compete with the other big
No.
shonen at the time. Like I
No.
would, if anything, they should one of them should have fell back to the summer, or one of them should have went up to the winter. Um,
Well, I mean, My Hero would probably be a longer season because the Hashira training arc is only like if we're going by like chapters and stuff, it's only like 7 chapters long, right?
7 or 9, something like that.
Yeah. So if you equate that into the season, equate that into the anime, even if they add filler and everything like that, it should only be about what 7 to 6 episode story arc or something like that, or probably shorter, or probably smaller than that,
It's super.
probably.
It's only 7 chapters. It's super short.
Yeah. So in anime, it would probably be what 4 or 5 episodes at the absolute
Yeah, that's
latest,
why people think it's weird that they decided to do it as a season instead of it being a movie.
like they did with the. Well, I mean, I guess they could do with the season because the Mugen Train season or the Mugen Train movie, when they separated into seasons, it was only 7 episodes, but they also added like extra stuff to it and
They
stuff
made
like
it.
that
They
too.
made it way longer because
Yeah, they
even
made it
that
way longer. Yeah,
it's only like an hour and a half. The movie's only an hour and a half or something like that.
yeah,
But yeah, no, tons of stuff coming out. We'll probably do some watch parties together. We'll probably record those and actually put it up on. Might do a Patreon for the summer, for the spring and summer.
Yeah.
yeah.
That way you guys can watch us actually react to these animes a lot, or we'll be together reacting to these animes and everything, and doing a rundown right after that. And we might actually do that also for starting for wrestling pay-per-views too. We'll probably do watch togethers and put up on Patreon. So we just something to help us out and also make more content for you guys and be able to actually take the time to do more and more content for you guys out there.
Yes.
Get ready for the Wrestling Society X alternative commentary that we talked about many years ago.
I can't wait to watch that again.
Yeah. Me too.
But no, we went a little long there, but that's fine, folks. We're just gonna wrap it up here. We were gonna talk wrestling, but we might save that for next week. There was a few things we want to talk about. We'll do a big wrestling wrap up episode.
Yeah,
Um,
because we'll do our Mania picks next week as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
one more
Leading
thing to
into
solidified.
yeah.
Yeah, but there was some wrestling's picked up again in multiple companies, not AEW, but other companies.
Well, you also said wrestling companies too, so
True. The people that actually do wrestling have picked it up a lot. Um, WWE, of course. TNA is really picking it up again. MLW is picking up everywhere except for having Alex Kane hurt his back carrying Flop Dollar.
yep.
Um, Deadlock Pro Wrestling is really picking it up again.
Reality of wrestling's doing,
Reality
dude.
Wrestling is so good
Dude,
right now.
when you sent me that video, I was like, all right, I'm gonna check it out, dude. Like my phone
Reality
was, I
Wrestling is
was like,
really good, man. I'm telling you.
because I haven't watched
It
reality
is.
wrestling in a minute, so I'm like, oh, this is good. Ryan, yeah, dude.
No, it's good, and I can't wait for because they're about to do their big summer event, and I can't wait for that because we're going to see Fatu versus Ryan Davidson part two again. I'm ready for
Yeah.
that. But no, like I said, everybody's picking up MLW, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, TNA, WWE. Um,
Even the indies are picking up in a sense too, man.
I
You
feel like
know,
I'm forgetting one, and I feel bad that I'm forgetting one.
What you said, WWE, TNA, MLW, Deadlock Pro, Reality of Wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah. NXT, of course, but
NXT, yeah.
that's the WWE tree.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm telling you now, man. Obafemi versus Dijak versus Josh Briggs and a triple threat for the title. I'm calling it. I haven't watched NXT tonight, but I'm thinking that's where it's going to end up going, and I'm ready for it, dude. I think
oh
that's going
yeah,
to be a damn good
this is
underrated. That's going to be an underrated match, man. People, real quick. I know we're trying to wrap shit up, but people have said that Obafemi has come along so quickly and has become a very, very popular person in the locker room where they're like, yo, this guy gets it. He understands it even in the short, small time that he's been in the business. Like he gets it,
He's
and
only had 4 matches.
yeah, I mean, well,
but
he did the tournament. So, I mean, before, if you're talking about just on the roster, yes. But yeah, going through the tournament, they said that this dude, like, literally he's a sponge and he soaked
Uh,
up everything.
yeah, he's had
so,
8 matches, 7 matches,
7 matches total, yes.
7, 8 matches, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Because he had the breakout tournament, then
but the
match
breakout
again.
tournament, how many matches was in the breakout tournament? There was only
3.
3.
Yeah, he had 3 matches in the breakout
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah, because he had
he
to
had-
do the qualifiers, the quarterfinals. No, sorry, the quarterfinals, semis, and the finals.
Yeah.
Then
And
he
then
had the match with
Dragon Lee twice.
Dragon Lee twice.
twice.
So that's
That's
3,
5.
4,
Yeah.
5.
he had the match
Uh,
with Lexus. He had the match with Lexus King.
Yeah, 7.
Then he had the
6.
match
Or 6,
with
sorry.
then he had the match with fuck, what's his name? Bull Buchanan's son. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Ben Buchanan.
7. So
you know.
so 7.
7,
Yeah,
7
7
matches.
matches.
Yeah.
The one thing I do not like is Briggs's gimmick is nothing.
He's basically doing the country boy gimmick, basically. The
No,
blue collar, blue
he's not even
collar,
really doing that though.
yeah, blue collar. It's not like
Like-
it wasn't what he was doing when he was in Evolve.
He should just. The only issue is that he's not a monster anymore because involved he was the big monster. He's just a big dude. There's too many big dudes in WWE.
But,
to be the big
but,
Yeah.
but you also got to remember when he wasn't involved, there was a lot of other guys who weren't as big as him.
That's what
Who
I'm
was,
saying. Like,
who was the biggest guy other than Josh Briggs in Evolve in that time frame?
I gotta really think about Eddie Kingston.
Eddie, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but that's about
Eddie,
it.
Yeah, and Eddie's really not that big of a guy. You know what I mean?
He's
He's bigger than me. He's bigger than me,
260.
but-
Yeah,
yeah.
6'3", through 260. So I mean, he's big-ish, you know. But no, that's But yes, we're gonna talk about and see about doing more watch together, watch parties, and more wrestling stuff. Like I said, just be on the lookout for us to start a Patreon to help for you guys to help support us, so we can make more content for you guys. and also help us with our travel to conventions.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, whether you enjoyed it for the funny Reddit stories or the embarrassing Talon moments or the anime talk, whatever you guys come for, we do appreciate it. Pause. But yeah, Chip, Roger, anything else you guys want to say before we bounce out here this evening?
As always, do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on Spotify and right here on YouTube.
What about you, Roger? Anything?
um, like I was talking about, so just supporting us, but simple stuff, sharing. A lot of people do. We've had a lot more shares here recently, which is great. It means you guys are loving the content and want people to see it more. We're getting a lot more new viewers because of that. But just simple stuff like just liking the video, it helps us with the YouTube algorithm. The more you like a video, the more it'll get pushed out there, showing YouTube that we are liked by people. But of course, word of mouth, spread it around, let people know. If you guys do a good job, tell them to give you a kiss in the lips. But just keep
Tongue
supporting
and
us, guys.
all. Tongue and
Yeah,
all. I don't
Frenchie over
care.
there.
Exactly. Also, if you guys want to support Movement Radio, please check out streamlabs.com/movement radio /merch and go copy some merch. We got all kinds of crazy, cool designs. We got a My Hero Academia inspired. We have a Dragon Ball Z inspired. Shout out to the homie Jeff Anderson with his contribution to Movement Radio with the Moo Moo Radio t-shirts. If you guys go, like, again, check out the website. It's hilarious. You're gonna love it. But yeah, and again, thank you to everybody who's been down with us since day one. We do appreciate you guys. We love you. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Chip Hazard.
I'm Roger Sierra.
And this is Movement Radio.